Like if you found the video valuable. Jack Turner had spent most of his adult life surrounded by radios. Old ones, new ones, busted ones, forgotten ones. His little shop at the edge of town was cluttered with dusty shelves and faint smells of solder and coffee. He liked it that way, quiet, predictable, safe. That night, just before closing, a man in a gray coat shuffled in carrying an old shortwave radio. It looked decades old, the kind of thing you'd find in a Cold War bunker. The man set it on the counter without meeting Jack's eyes. "It only picks up one station," the man said. His voice was low, trembling. "And the voices, they know my name." Jack almost chuckled. Weird complaints were part of the job. "All right," he said, lifting the set. "I'll take a look." The man didn't answer, just turned and walked out, leaving a faint scent of damp earth behind him. After locking the front door, Jack couldn't resist. He connected the radio to his workbench power supply and began scanning the dials. At first, it was only static, the familiar ocean wave hiss he'd heard 1,000 times. Then it happened. "Jack, can you hear us?" The voice slid through the speakers like cold water down his spine. He froze, staring at the radio. He hadn't said his name. "Who is this?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. The static shifted into a low, whispery laugh. The voice spoke again, softer now. "We've been trying to reach you." Jack's heart thudded. He had no antenna connected. This should have been impossible. Yet the signal was strong, clear. The voice began reciting things no stranger could know. His mother's last words when she died in the hospital. The exact details of a nightmare he'd had the night before. The name of the childhood dog he'd buried in the backyard, a name he hadn't spoken in decades. Jack's hands shook. "How do you know these things?" The static deepened, turning into a low hum that seemed to vibrate the air in the shop. Then a second voice joined the first, deeper, harsher, commanding. "Open the door." Jack glanced at the shop's entrance. It was locked, the "closed" sign hanging in the window. "The door is locked," he said. The deeper voice crackled through the static again. "No, Jack, the door behind you." Jack turned, and his stomach dropped. There had never been a door there before. In the back wall of his workshop, solid brick just minutes ago, a black wooden door stood slightly ajar. Cold air poured from the gap, carrying with it a faint metallic scent, like old blood and wet rust. Jack's breath came in shallow bursts. "This isn't real," he muttered. The first voice whispered, "It's been waiting." The low hum grew louder, shaking the tools on the shelves. The black door creaked open another inch. Beyond it, Jack couldn't see walls or a floor, only darkness that seemed to ripple, as if something massive was moving just out of sight. His instincts screamed at him to leave. But the voices kept talking, overlapping now, chanting his name in a rhythm that matched his heartbeat. Jack reached for the power switch to shut the radio off. But when he looked, his hand was already resting on the black door's handle. He didn't remember moving there. The moment his fingers touched the cold, wet metal, every sound in the shop stopped, the hum, the static, even the faint traffic outside. A single voice, deep and echoing, filled the silence. "We've been here longer than you've been alive. And we're so very hungry." The door swung open, and Jack stepped through.